Well, it's morning of day one, first day after transplant, first day after my new birthday or whatever. Um, Up in my chair playing some video games. Um, don't really feel different, which I guess is a good thing. I feel pretty normal. Um, Spent a lot of time yesterday, going over in my head the transplant itself, and they set me up telling me, yeah, pretty anticlimactic. And I think even with all those warnings, you find out that's pretty darn anticlimactic. And it was maybe 30 minutes start to finish, and just a little tiny bag up there hanging down, gravity putting him, and it was done. And so when it was over, I just had a sense of, that's it. And then it was like 7, 8 hours later when I'm going to sleep, and I'm like, really? That's it? So, I mean, I guess that's good. But part of the whole process, having cancer and going through things was the build up, waiting for this day, get diagnosed, go through chemo, get your biopsy done, go through another round of chemo, get your biopsy done, in remission, but getting you to transplant is the ultimate goal, because, with my former leukemia and the mutations that I had and all that kind of stuff, it was going to come back. So get me into remission so that I'd be in position for transplant. So then the next round of maintenance chemo, which was my third round, after that biopsy, nothing had changed from my previous cancer cell level, which was good, because under 5% is considered remission, considered cancer-free. Like, anybody without leukemia can have up to 5% blast cells in their bone marrow and be considered non-cancer. When I started, I was over 20%, and then after the first 2 rounds of chemo, I was down to 1.1 and considered in remission. So getting to that second biopsy, and that nothing had changed or pushed me back above 5% yet or anything like that, was good. But then it became, 3 to 4 weeks waiting for my blood numbers to recover to get to the biopsy, having constant day-to-day issues with needing blood transfusions, needing platelet transfusions, because my numbers just were not coming back on their own, getting the hospital date scheduled, getting the surgery date scheduled, or the transplant date scheduled, and having them both moved because I wasn't healthy enough to get the biopsy done yet. And then finally getting in here. It's a lot of buildup. I mean, it was first week of October to first week of December, 2 months of, we're getting you to the transplant. So it was 60 days worth of buildup, and then it was over, faster than I can play a game of football on my PlayStation. So that was a little weird, but I can't complain about how good I feel. I haven't had any setbacks yet. It's way early, I know that, but I was through 5 days of chemo on this trip already, and now a transplant, and who knows what pills they're giving me. And the worst thing that I had was a little bit of insomnia because of the steroids, which I think today is the last day I get the steroids, so maybe that'll even get better too. And I expect there are going to be days where maybe I'm nauseous, maybe I'm just not feeling well, maybe I get mouth sores, and things are going to happen, and I'll talk about them. But